Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper. Guys, in this video, I want to tell you something that's on my mind. It's absolutely just irritated me to death, but it's a teachable moment that I want to share with subscribers. You know, I'm always working anymore, and so I know we don't get to talk a lot, and I don't get to make a lot of videos anymore because I'm just all the time on the go. And I've noticed a trend that when I go to work for customers is that only then, and then and only, does my phone ring. Now, I used to think, well, that's just, it's crap happens, And then I got to home, and whenever I am home, which is very rare, I try to do something ministry work, like we're going to go do a baptism coming up here very soon. And, I got to go talk a couple places and things like that. And you just, try to help upbuild the kingdom. And in between all that, though, that little time that's left, I'm like Nehemiah trying to build the walls of Jerusalem. I'm trying to build my little castle here to go hide on our other place. Because one day I'm leaving here and I'm never looking back. And Uncle Sam and everybody else, y'all come looking. You ain't going to find no loot. But anyway, it's occurred to me finally that when you're trying to do something that is important, especially here in the last days, people drive by and I look like Noah out here building a boat, and I'm okay with that. I am. And when people ask me what I'm doing, I ain't ashamed to tell you I'm getting ready for the last days. But what gets me is it's right in the middle when you're doing important stuff. That is exactly when irritation comes. That's exactly when distractions come. I mean, I'm telling you what, it could be like somebody called me and their cousin's brother's nephew's dog bit their cat. And they'll call me to ask me, hey, Luke, what do you think the opinion is on this? And that hasn't happened. But I'm just saying, it's just like totally random stupidity. And it gets on my nerves in the worst way. But I thought about it today. It's a good video, a good teachable video, is because here in the last days, as a man's trying to prepare, you might not be building a tiny house. You might be trying to, just prep in general. You may be trying to work on your property. You may be trying to, wake your family and friends up, do Bible study. You will notice a trend, and I promise you, I'm not making this up. I've literally logged it so much that my wife and son are like so in tune to it, it ain't even funny. We just look at each other, that look like, here we freaking go again. Is that you will notice that distractions, and I don't mean to be rude, I'm just trying to be productive here as I'm making this video, but you will notice distractions will always come when you're busy. It's not when you're sitting around. I can sit around my business phone and wait for somebody to call for a solar install. Never happens. Well, I mean, it does, but very rare. When it always happens? When I'm out trying to work and labor for somebody else. And I ain't complaining. I'm just pointing this out. You can't make this stuff up. I'm almost done with this paint here, and I can look y'all straight in the face while I'm talking. Just had to get this done while it's drying. And so the thing to take away from this is that I used to work a corporate job. I never, it always just something coming up all time, some bunch of bullcrap drama. And if you let things set the pace for you, you will find in the last days not ready. Okay? Everybody's like, well, I'll just work a little longer and I'll save my money up. And I'm like, dude, I'll go tear down pallets, reclaim lumber, whatever it takes to get my tiny house done. You wouldn't believe the crap that's went into this tiny house. And I got some videos coming showing you some things to save you money and how to build this. But, if you keep waiting for that day to present itself for you to get things done, when that day finally does present itself, the distractions I'm talking about, it'll be something else then. And ladies and gentlemen, you got to carve those things off. Just shut the phone off, disappear. I could have built this tiny house, okay, somewhere discreet, even had a roof over my head. But you know what? I chose to do it here, and one of the reasons I'm doing it publicly is a witness. Because I ain't, when people ask me, oh, is that a tiny house? And yeah, I'm like, yeah. And I tell them all that, and then I talk to them about why I'm building a tiny house. So, it's a great witness too. But I'll do just like Noah. I'll build it right here in your face. Because one thing you count on with people, and this may hurt people's feelings, but most people are stupid. But I mean, just straight up stupid. And people make fun of me because They're like, "Oh, Luke, you just talk weird, man. You got this accent. You're just a freaking redneck." And I'm just like, guys, we can do the whole hooked on phonics thing, and make fun of each other all day long. That's just like the Australian guy. You want to make fun of how you talk, but at the end of the day, I don't see them hanging solar panels and cashing checks. I don't see them building automobiles or doing something productive, anything other than just going doing some crummy job for the other man and making a measly paycheck, getting by. And I ain't saying this to brag. I'm making points about the stuff. If for those that are listening will see through what I'm saying, is I see all these people that's criticizing everybody else, especially the non-religious people, and they're doing nothing with their life. I'm like, if you're atheist and like all your life is to enjoy this life you're in, then dude, what the flip are you doing? Because I don't see you happy. Me, I'm telling you guys, when I get this tiny house done, I would move from my 2,000 foot square house to this in a minute. I ain't got a problem with living a simple life. I tell you, the things that matter to me in life are family and friends and food and a couple adult conversations I can't get into. All right, so that's the things that matter to me in life. All right, and at the end of the day, you will find that as you get older, and I'm a very young man myself, but the older I get, the more I notice this, that the things that are precious in life, that's where Satan tries to send distractions. And some scriptural reference out of this, I was thinking about, actually I was talking to a gentleman the other day that come by and visited with me because he's thinking about moving to Tennessee from California. And I was telling him, if you read in the book of Yeshua, you find that Abraham and Isaac went to, perform the sacrifice on Mount Moriah. I believe it's Mount Moriah. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that. Anyway, when they went to do it, Satan appeared to her as a old man. And she's like, he's trying to explain to her, hey, Sarah, what's going down, right? I mean, they're going to kill your son. And so that got her in uproar. And then shortly thereafter, he appeared to her again. He's like, oh, I was wrong. He's still alive. Caused her to have a heart attack, die. Or, she died. I imagine, looking at it from scientific, putting with the scriptural text, it looked to me like she probably had a stroke or a heart attack based on the text. And it doesn't say that, so I'm not trying to add to or take away. I'm just guessing, okay? I mean, you read it yourself and come to your own conclusion on that, and you feel free to comment in the bottom below. But if you allow Satan to distract you, he will. And dude, I'm telling you guys, words, you can speak life with words. I'm telling you, Brother Joe taught me a lot a long time ago. He said, he said to pray that to bind and blind any harassing and foul spirits that would get near you. I slip up at times and don't do that. And when I pray, it just seems to me like that things are so much better after I pray. Today I've said and let a lot of things come into my mind, just flooding in, which some things were good to think about. But I mean, I was just like, I've really had a day. To me, building things is therapy. I think it's why I haven't made so many YouTube videos, is because it's therapy to me. To work, and when I'm out there, I just work all the time, except for Sabbaths, feast, and appointed the new moons and appointed times anymore. And I just, because it keeps my head clear. And I just think to myself at the end of the day that so many people are not getting things done, not because they don't believe or not because that they can't do it, but because they let things distract them. Because I'm telling you, today I've lost about 2 hours of daylight setting and jacking my jaw with somebody because of needing something or this and that. And like, dude, like I said, I'm not trying to be rude. I could stop. I could stop whatever I'm doing and go help somebody in need, right? Or try to do whatever I need to do so that I have my time to myself. And when I go to do my thing, that's when everybody will lay in on you. And I notice a lot of times too that it's usually ungodly people that tend to be the distraction whenever you're trying to do something, because I think I have a theory on that too. And look, I know I'm just throwing a lot of things out here today, but and feel free to comment on this, but I think that Satan has a lot more influence on those that don't believe Master Yah than he does on those that do. And so if he's going to distract a servant of the Most High, he's definitely going to find it a lot easier to do so through agents and through means other than a person of light. And that's just where I'm at with it. And I mean, the whole purpose of this video is to tell you to be like Nehemiah. You know, gird your sword at your side, spiritual sword also. Don't let things distract you, because, look, we got the Russia thing going down, where the U.S. and Russian relations pretty much cut and dried after the first of the week. That's on the pagan Roman calendar also. If you want to know about the Creator's calendar, you can check right there. But, you know, you've got that going. You've got, you know, EMP threat. You've got, you know, you've got all sorts of these threats going on. And sorry about that, guys. And you got all these threats and stuff going on. You got EMP, Russia, financial collapse possibilities, which we always hear about that all the time. You know, you got this election going on. You just got all this crazy stuff going on. And you can't afford to be distracted from what's got to be done. Because, I mean, at this point, whether you're in this thing spiritually or whether you're just in this thing as a worldly prepper, I mean, I think everybody's pretty much at code red right now. And I know some of my subscribers got on to me, they're like, man, you scare me to death all the time. Folks, I ain't trying to scare you to death. I'm just trying to get you to think for real. There's two ways of life. I'll say this and I'll finish this video. There's two ways of living life. There is, as far as person of faith, you can live every day like, oh my gosh, the curtain is going to fall tomorrow. Now, I did that for a long time, since 2009, and this past year I finally hit the chill. Okay, I mean, after I come Flat Earth Truth, I prayed the Father to just give me peace in life. You know, I prayed to anything I don't know, just please show me the rest of it. And I just ride this out. You wouldn't believe it, but I see His hand in everything I do. Like, my wife told me to buy some materials a while back, and I was like, I don't know if we'll ever need that. I ended up needing it the other day. Like, something I needed, something, it was laying right in front of me, and it had been there for a while. I mean, it's just like totally little random things. I'll go somewhere and somebody's like, hey, you should have this, or somebody gave me 2 windows on the flight. Just, I'm telling you, like, when you're on a mission, if you stay dedicated to it and it's in the right path, the Most High will get behind you. I really believe that with all my heart and soul, Hebrew or Gentile convert. And you know, it's just, there's so many things. Don't get distracted by this world. But the you know, the other way of living is, you know, to worry about everything all the time, and you'll find that becomes a distraction itself. The other way of living is just to be chill. You know, worldly people, a lot of worldly people, they'll look at me and be like, they would never even know I'm a believer in the Most High. Saying, well, they're not living a life that's winning people for the kingdom. No. What I mean is like right now, this is the last thoughts on this video. If you look out here, cars coming and going down this road, a lot of people will see this tiny house. Now, one day I'll move it. You give people time and it'll be like squirrel, and they never even remembered it. You can be in the world but not of the world. And I've noticed a sly way of doing that too, is that, you know, people, perception is reality. And you give people enough time and they'll perceive things completely different. And that's how Hillary Clinton and these wicked people like that stay in power and come to power, for example, because that, you know, they feed upon that. But as a believer, you should also feed upon that, but not to hurt people, but for your own protection. Because what I mean is carry on about your business. Serve the Most High. Do His commands. And you know, be in the world. And you know, as long as you ain't breaking commandments or anything like that, carry on with civilization. But when the time comes and when it really gets nitty gritty, you just disappear right on town. Most people, they're never even going to know you're gone. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, the thing is to not get distracted, because I have found time management and distractions are the number one thing that hurts a prepper. I mean, like, if I had the time that has been wasted on so many things, I would be like a mega prepper at this point. Like, I wouldn't even be prepping, I don't think, because I'd have it all done. I really would. And I'd just be chilling. Or, you know, I'd actually just go help other people. I'm sorry, I wouldn't be chilling. But, yeah, and that's where it's at. So anyway, I'm going to get the rest of this paint done. Just some thoughts on my mind. It just goes on all the time, and I'm just like, I'm going to say something today, because I know this happens to so many others of you, and just don't get hindered by it, because I'm done with it. Like this past year, I mean, really, this past couple months, I've just been not letting nothing hold me back. I'm out here day and night working. And guys, till we see you again here at 7 Trumpets Prepper Channel, I hope you have a most blessed day in Yahushua.